What's up? My name is Vince Horiuchi, also known as Bboy Vincanity, and I'm a b-boy here from Sacramento, California. I also teach in the community around Sacramento, as well as run a YouTube channel that provides b-boy tutorials for kids. So basically for the past 10 years, I've been working in the community, teaching kids. I started out teaching in studios and eventually worked my way to teaching in schools for after-school programs. Currently, literally for almost 8 years now, I've been working for a program called I Can Do That, where I go from school to school working with special ed and regular ed combined classes, which basically gives kids like interaction with each other, as well as some type of art in their lives. Basically what we do is provide them with some type of art, some type of culture that they could take with them. And really the ultimate goal isn't necessarily for them to leave knowing how to do art, but almost giving them a life lesson that if you really put your heart and soul into something, that you're gonna get something out of it. And if you always put limitations on yourself and restrictions, you really can't get anywhere. So this kind of provides them an outlet, one, socially, to be able to interact with kids. Two, as an extreme confidence booster. There's so many kids that go from like the shy kid to the outgoing kid, and there's so many kids that are like considered the bad kid in class, and now they're the good dancer kid in class. Kids like flourish in this environment, and it's really positive for these kids, not just in the class, but just as a experience for the rest of their life. Basically, I started out just trying to provide an outlet for my students to continue learning. I was working at a homeless shelter at the time, and they basically cut my program due to lack of funding. So I was like, maybe I could provide them with videos so these kids could continue learning. I started making tutorials, and literally instantly they started getting popular. Within about a week, I had 1,000 followers, and within a month I had almost like a couple thousand. So it was growing pretty fast, and I was getting emails literally from kids in India, Indonesia, all over the world, and it's kind of, for me, just inspiring, because now instead of teaching a class of 10 to 60 kids, it was like instantly I was reaching out to thousands of kids, and that, for me, that reach was kind of my inspiration for the channel. Today I'm still producing videos, and really like my goal is just, there's so many kids out there that either one are dancing for the wrong reasons, going like a kind of unsafe route for learning, which almost everybody does this at one point. They see cool tricks and they want to learn the cool tricks. So my intention is for them to find a legitimate reason for dancing, not just like I want to impress girls, but like find a love for the dance, and also at the same time learn about this dance, learn about the history, the culture, be able to get out there and be a legitimate dancer, not just that kid that does one cool move at the dance and then girls cheer. To actually be that kid that's like passionate about something, right? Just to get other kids to find that same passion that I found for this dance. I think that's probably the biggest reward for me. I would say find a legitimate reason, like love for the dance, to dance, and then make a schedule for yourself. Make goals. Like, don't just do this whenever you have time. Make a schedule for yourself. Set practices, days that you're gonna practice. Set goals at your practice and accomplish those goals. I think another type of dancer that I always see is the dancer that wants to wait for their time to be right, and then they go out and then like, oh, I'm gonna enter a competition, I'm gonna win a competition, and there's always like this time that they're gonna enter. So my advice for them is just set that time, and then you will make sure you are ready by that time. And if you're not, then it's a reality check for you that you need to work harder and get stronger at what you do, because oftentimes those type of people that say that when their time is right they're gonna enter, they just never enter, and they never reach their goals. They end up quitting due to life. Find legitimate reasons to dance, set goals, and accomplish those goals. There's gonna be so many times that you're gonna fail and train really hard and you still don't win, train really hard and you still aren't successful, but you just got to keep working at it and working hard. For dancers, I think the biggest thing for them to continue to grow and get better is consistency in their training, and not just consistently practicing, but consistently improving, because there's a lot of people that practice a whole bunch, practice every day, but if you're not consistently growing and getting better, then you're just more so maintaining yourself. And there's a lot of dancers that train a lot, but they're still, every time I see them, they're at that same level that they were last time. And this even happens for years. So setting goals to get better, trying new things, experimenting. I think a lot of people are like scared to look stupid or bad at one point, so they only train, you know, moves that they're good at, things that they're good at. And at that point, for me, it's more like showing off. Like when I go to practice, sometimes I look horrible, or most of the time I look horrible. But I think for me, that's a learning process and it's a growing process. And so in hope that someday I won't look horrible. I think that's a big thing for them. The longevity of this dance is also a tough part because of the nature of it, because you're doing difficult things and also dangerous things. You could get injured, you could have health conditions. There's so many things that could happen. Training in a safe way and making sure that you're in this dance for the long run, doing exercises to make your body continuously get stronger and gaining more flexibility. That's all important, especially as you get older, because as you get older, it kind of feels like this, like your body is doing this. And if you're not at least trying to do this, it's just gonna continuously go like this, or it's just gonna go straight and again, you never improve, right? And I don't think it tends to not just go straight, it tends to go like this. So unless you're continuously maintaining your body and trying new things, you won't end up excelling. You have to continue to do that. Nutrition also plays a big factor in this because again, if you're eating like crap, you're gonna put out a bunch of crap. So, and not to say there's a lot of talented dancers that eat really horrible. For me, it's for myself. I'm eating healthy because, you know, I want to be able to do this in the long run. I want to be, you know, older and still feel young, still look young, still be able to do the things I could when I was, you know, 16, 17. My biggest advice for nutrition is a lifestyle change, not just, I'm gonna go on this diet because it's gonna make me lose some weight, or I'm gonna drink juice for a week because everybody else is doing it. Find a healthy regimen and stick to it. Something that you could do in the long run. Don't eat just salad for a week because you think it's gonna make you feel better. Because obviously if you just eat salad, you're gonna feel horrible, right? If you just eat meat, you're gonna feel horrible. You have to have a balance. So find that balance, do some research on it. And again, there's a lot of bad information out there. So find different sources and you know, eat so you feel good, right? You don't want to eat and feel horrible, right? And you will know when you feel horrible, all right? So that would be my advice for nutrition. There's lots of dancers that always will complain and cry about like there's not enough events in my community, there's not this, there's not that. The biggest thing, if you want change, is you have to take some type of action. It's pretty simple. If nobody's taking action, there's never going to be a change. Things are always going to stay the same, if not die down and get worse. So the biggest thing is if you want some type of change, you see a problem, you see an issue, is address it. There's not enough competition, we'll start organizing competition. There's not, you know, you don't like the judging at some jam, well, you know, find the reason for that you don't like the judging and fix it, right? Maybe get different judges, maybe create a judging system, or maybe follow a current judging system. Go as far as some people I see creating like their own b-boy leagues and stuff like that. That's taking action. You aren't into competition, but you still want to continue the dance scene. Throw parties, throw ciphers, throw something to get people going. There's a lot of striving communities out there that are really small, but it's fun, and that's really what it's all about. If you have an event that's fun, people go to, have a good time, I think that's one easy, small step to growing your community. There's not enough practice spots. We'll network with some community centers, schools, find a place that kids can go and practice at. That's really simple. If you want to be really underground, open up your garage and invite some friends, right? Don't just type on your Facebook and complain about it, because that doesn't do anything. It might make some other people irritated, but unless they're willing to take the action, then it's just a bunch of words on a computer. Right? So take action. That's my biggest thing, is take action. If you want change, you want to see some positive happen in your community, you have to be that person.